Welcome. I am so glad that you have come to visit. I am Anna Maria Gant, and Nelson Talbert Gant is my husband. We both certainly enjoy having visitors to our house. A lot of people travel Route 40, so we often get to see many of the travelers, and some stop in because they are tired, hungry, thirsty, or maybe they just want to stop in for information. Come on in and we'll talk a bit. We hope your travel here was fine. This is our educational and cultural center, where we often have educational programs or meals such as our Chili Fest and Christmas dinner party. This section of the house was not part of our original house, but was added on by other owners of the house. This is our strawberry patch. It is our store where we sell various items like books, vases, dolls, postcards, and all sorts of things. We call it the Strawberry Patch because we were known for serving travelers a delicious bowl of strawberries and cream as they traveled Route 40. We are so happy that the Gant Foundation is now the owner of this house because the Gant Foundation is preserving the house as well as the history of our family and the African American community. The Gant Foundation began organizing in 2001 and bought our house in 2003. This section was part of a restaurant, but the Gant Foundation had it remodeled to accommodate the many programs that they have had over the years. This room, known as the Educational and Cultural Center, was completed in 2009. Nelson and I think it is beautiful. We absolutely love it. I gave birth to 12 children, maybe 13. I sort of lost count. But this panel shows 4 of our children that grew to adulthood. They are Elizabeth, Sarah, Margaret, and Nelson Jr. I went to visit my daughter Sarah in Yorktown, Virginia in 1877. I became quite ill while I was there, and I passed away on October 11th, 1877. This is a picture that was painted by Gabriel Weatherspoon Jr. and receives a lot of attention when tourists visit. The picture shows many different people and symbols, so visitors, especially children and teens, try to guess who all the people are in the picture and what the symbols represent. This is the original staircase and the original door when we lived here. Some of the founding Nelson T. Gant board members came across the railing in the basement and the stairs in sections in one of the closets upstairs. They had our staircase put back together, and we are so thankful. See our name above the door there? I am so happy that it has lasted all these years. We hope that you will come and visit in person so that you may walk the staircase and see the beautiful rooms upstairs. This is the parlor room where I often had gatherings of women from the church. We would have tea or coffee and talk about plans for events at the church or in the community. Nelson and I were members of the St. Paul AME Church. The fireplace was of marble, but because the house has been used for so many different things over the years, the marble fireplace was taken down and eventually replaced with this current one. See the beautiful design in the ceiling? That's original too. Let's move to this room, the bedroom. This is one of our bedrooms, and we still have our beautiful spindle bed from the 1800s. And there's my old sewing machine. And there's my old treasure chest. This is our dining room, where we did a lot of entertaining. We were pretty well known in the community and had many gatherings right here in this room. When our daughters married, their receptions were held here in our dining room. Today, we have a lot of historical information on the walls. We were able to research and produce these panels with funds from the Ohio Humanities. This panel is about the inkwell. The inkwell story is about the swimming pool for Black people. Blacks were not allowed to swim in the large municipal pool that white people swam in. The large pool was called Municipal Pool 1. The pool for the Black people was named Municipal Pool 2, but was most frequently referred to as the inkwell. There are still a few people around that remember the inkwell, and their stories are very interesting. This panel informs us about the Coal Run struggle. Coal Run was a community just on the outskirts of Zanesville that was comprised of Black people. The people living in the Coal Run area were unable to obtain city water and had to have their water hauled in. Sometimes the people collected rainwater in large cans. Yet the white people that lived all around them were able to obtain city water when pipes were deliberately constructed to go to their houses and skip over the Coal Run area. The story is a heartbreaking one of how the people of Coal Run suffered through many challenges of obtaining fresh, clean water. You must visit us and hear about this action for civil rights. This wall displays many of the Underground Railroad sites throughout southeastern Ohio. The Gant House is an Underground Railroad site. There are Underground Railroad stories about the basement of our house and some about activities that Nelson and I were involved in. This panel acknowledges the assistance we received from the Ohio Humanities to produce these panels. We are truly thankful for their support. In this area, we have 4 panels that tell us about the first 2 Black churches in Zanesville. These panels tell us how they started and their amazing history. We are proud to have these panels that share this wonderful history. This panel tells about the early beginnings of the Nelson T. Gant Foundation. Nelson was a very industrious man. He worked hard as a gardener. He was an entrepreneur and sold his produce. He also made ice blocks from the Licking River behind his house and sold them. He had a coal mine on his property and was able to sell the coal. He found creative ways to make life successful for himself and his family. He was able to send all of his children to college. He found creative ways to make life successful for himself and his family. Nelson was certainly a model for all of us to follow.